They're so dedicated, and that's one reason why we have such strong band programs.
And the James Wood High School Band recently celebrated 60 years of music. It is known for its excellence throughout Virginia and along the East Coast.
Yeah, and they are award-winning up and down the East Coast, a recipient of the Commonwealth of Virginia Honor Band Award, and has won many awards in marching and concert performance.
Let's take a listen.
I love the flag, the apple blossom colored themed flags.
Nice.
That their flag corps has.
And we think about, you know, the distance that these bands have to go on a humid day like today. They're getting their workouts in.
Following the wonderful band, we have the City of Winchester Mayor, Les Beach, who was elected to Winchester City Council in 2009, newly elected Mayor of the City of Winchester, of course, joined by his wife, Sabra, which we call Flo, the First Lady of Winchester. Mayor, how are you? Great to see you, and Ken, they're riding shotgun, all of our friends riding by.
They have an awesome tradition of chalk art on their sidewalk, and Les is quite the portrait person.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Up behind them, Winchester Host Lions Club. This is the 86th year that the Winchester Host Lions Club has presented the Grand Feature Parade. You know, they are so involved and have so many volunteers who make this parade possible, and we thank them for their long-standing tradition of being a part of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival.
Yeah, they celebrated, their 100th year last year.
That's right.
Incredible.
We were talking earlier about how many anniversaries there were last year. Of course, a big anniversary for Hanley High School as well.
And joining us now is our Firefighters Marshal, Chicago Fire actor, and also retired firefighter, Tony Ferreris. So glad to see him joining. This is really cool. So he is a Chicago firefighter.
Right.
And he was hired as a consultant on Chicago Fire. And they were like, hey, you're pretty good. Let's put you on camera. How about that? And he's become an actor on the show. And he was at the firefighter rodeo yesterday, driving a fire truck through the obstacle course and everything.
That is so
I love
cool.
it.
And he's flanked there by Frederick County Sheriff's Office.
And coming up behind them, Rubbermaid Commercial Products. Rubbermaid has partnered with the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival for the last several decades, been involved for a really long time. Of course, they're located in Winchester and have been here since 1968. Rubbermaid continues to be a strong community partner for all of us.
And they won the Fuji Apple President's Award for Business Organization Professionally Built, second place. Way to go, Rubbermaid.
Way to go. And we have the official banner behind them, the Rubbermaid banner.
And making their way right in front of our grandstands is the Shenandoah High School Marching Band under the direction of Joel Cosner.
They have received 8 straight unanimous superior ratings, an award-winning band.
And Joel's been there a long time, too. we have to be careful how much we dance, because remember last year we were shaking the,
Oh, the camera's right.
we remembered, right?
We always dance. We hear the songs, and it's always interesting to hear what they're actually playing. And Lisa and I are up here just grooving, so we'll be
Well, I was too.
Barry,
Oh.
you were. We saw you.
So this is a really cool story. Virginia Firefighter of the Year. Thank you so much, First Citizens Bank. Kirsten Rogers joining us. There she is. Congratulations. Thank you for everything you do. And what's really cool about this float is that's real. That's a real fire hydrant. That's a real hose. Those are real helmets. All of that gear on there is authentic and real.
And they won the Macintosh Apple Award, Business Organization, Professionally Built, 3rd place.
And Kirsten is a technician, paramedic with Winchester Fire and Rescue at Station 4 Shawnee on the A shift. And look who's coming up behind her. It's Ryan Zimmerman, Mr. National himself. He is the sports marshal. And his appearance today is being sponsored by Rubbermaid Commercial Products. He earned his nickname as Mr. National and employee number 11 for his longevity and overall impact on the Washington Nationals franchise. He spent 17 years in the big leagues and has become the face of a generation for DC sports enthusiasts.
And there they are, the racing presidents.
They scare me. I mean, can you imagine running into them in an alley at night? I mean, that's...
Absolutely not. And Screech, the Nationals mascot, is joining us as well. But to see them walking down Hanley Boulevard here in person is
awesome.
so cool. It's
They're
fun
huge.
to watch them. They are huge. Watching them at the
huge.
game, I don't know how they run in those.
Yeah.
It's always so much fun to see them at the games as well. And up next, we have Miss Apple Blossom, Kira Sledge. She's an 18-year-old musical theater major right here at Shenandoah University. And she was crowned as the 2025 Miss Apple Blossom back in October. She looks beautiful.
Hey, if I bring the microphone down, maybe she could sing Pink and Green.
Oh, there you go. I hear it was a beautiful, beautiful rendition. And following her, we have Miss Apple Blossom teen, Olivia Pacheco. She's a 17-year-old Forest Park High School student. She was crowned this year back in October at Daniel Morgan. She will serve as official hostess here at our event all week long.
And I love all the dresses that the ladies have on today. They look great.
I need to get one of those for next year. Do you think there's room up here for me to have a big
No, we don't.
No?
We wouldn't have
Okay.
room for a dress that big.
Barry and I
Lisa.
would be covered.
Yeah.
No.
And here comes the Village at Orchard Ridge. Savor the sweetness of senior living. The Village at Orchard Ridge is a national Lutheran community located right here in Winchester. And it is a life plan community. And I understand that that float is a winner.
Yes, it is. The Honeycrisp Apple Award, Business Organization, Professionally Built, 1st place.
All right, congratulations. And I love they got their activity, their bus here. You got errands to run? You guys want to go do something fun? Let's go. Hop in the bus.
Yeah.
All decorated in the pink and green.
That's nice. And a Cadillac, too. If I'm going shopping from Orchard Ridge, I want to take the Cadillac.
Yeah, I can see you in that Cadillac, Barry.
So we thank the Winchester Host Lions Club. How many years did we say this was?
This is 86.
86.
Yeah. Laura Frapallo is the director.
Yes.
And I tell you, they took it on as a project in 1938, and they've been helping keep the parade in order all these years. So, and they helped with the Christmas parade, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yep.
Wonderful, and I believe that is the president, Fred Riley, heading down the parade route now with his lovely wife, Sherry Riley. Or actually not wife, Sherry. Oh, yeah, probably is. And she's the Lion of the Year.
Look at that.
Lion
it's a family affair.
We really appreciate everything that they do for the Apple Blossom Festival and the Lions Award, a $500 scholarship to Miss Apple Blossom. And they raise so many thousands of dollars a year to give back to our community.
Not to mention, the sight and hearing projects that they do, man. It's just unbelievable.
And following up behind them, John Hanley High School Marching Band, Doug Harrison, is their band director.
And once again, longtime director.
Yes. Playing to the tune of Finesse by Bruno Mars. Let's see if we recognize this one.
don't rock the cameras.
Okay.
And of course, we're sitting here along Hanley Boulevard with gorgeous Hanley High School just behind us.
And there she is, president of Shenandoah University, Tracy Fitzsimmons, up there. Tracy, we see you. Having
The whole
a grand
world
party.
sees you.
Yeah.
There's the maroon and white, Hanley High School. There they go. And up next, we have Stanley Steamer, a nationally known business and locally owned, rather. They provide professional deep cleaning services for carpet and air duct cleaning.
And I had the honor of emceeing the Bloomers Luncheon yesterday morning. They were one of our great sponsors for that, gave away some great prizes. So we thank them for not only participating in our parade, but being a sponsor of one of the events.
And don't forget, Stanley Steamer, get your home cleaner.
That's right. I had the jingle in my head as soon as we saw them coming.
Yeah, of course.
I saw many things on social media of all the inspirational comments that people had to say about the prayer brunch and the prayer brunch speaker, Angela Donadio. And we're so honored as she rolls down here.
There's Warfel Construction, Clients for Life, one of the sponsors of this week.
So Angela, a dynamic speaker. She's an author, she's a musician, and an advocate. She inspires others, I love this, to, quote, make life matter through faith, service, and missions.
Beautiful.
She also hosts the Make Life Matter podcast, which she reaches listeners in over 100 nations.
Unbelievable. And right behind her is everyone's favorite bear, the Virginia Department of Forestry's Smokey Bear. Hi, Smokey.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
That's right. The
indeed.
The Virginia Department of Forestry was established in 1914 to fight forest fires and reforest bare lands. Very important. Remember, trees are the answer.
Absolutely. And I bet that poor bear is hot.
Joining us now, Miss Virginia Carlia Swanson. She is a third-year PhD student at the University of Virginia, also the founder of Music is Unity, an organization dedicated to spreading musical joy through free performances at school and in nursing homes. There she is.
She looks
Yay!
lovely. And here they come.
All
Shenandoah
right.
University's marching band. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. They will pause in front of President Tracy Fitzsimmons' home. They will turn towards her and perform right in front. And of
There
course,
she is. She's ready.
she is ready. And of course, Shenandoah University celebrating 150 years. And we should mention the band is under the direction of athletic band Dr. Sean Evans and is led today by the drum majors Ruth Castellano, Josh Pryor, and Emma Shockey.
I see you, Max! I see you, Max!
Such a cool moment.
Are they getting ready to go to
Here we
London?
go.
swell with pride and tears, doesn't it?
Sure does.
They performed New Year's Day in London. You talk about a field trip, huh?
You know, I was talking to some folks from Winchester who went to visit London and just happened to run into some of the band members while they were there. Yeah, it was the best story.
Kangaroo Kids Precision Jump Rope Team started in 1978. They've received numerous awards throughout the years, including gold medal recipient of U.S. Nationals overall team.
Boy, they're impressive.
Yeah, they are.
Can you imagine skipping rope for a mile and a half?
No, thank you.
And they're still upright.
Impressive. Wow. And coming up behind them, Hang 10 Car Wash, headquartered here in Winchester. It's the third year that they have been the Fireman's Parade sponsor.
And this is so cool. So they have these, so they have a couple of different memberships, right? The $15 and $25 a month.
Right.
But they're loved for their Shaka Dog Wash.
Ah.
So if you're a Big Kahuna member, you get free that Shaka Dog Wash.
And that must be the Shaka Dog.
That's the Shaka Dog right there. And everybody drives by and they're giving that Hang 10, that Shaka sign.
I've seen so many of their purple cowboy, cowgirl hats all throughout the festival this week. It's perfect for a day like today.
It absolutely is. They got lots of cool cars, they've got them all. They've got a Jeep. We see a VW Bug out there, a Ford Transit van. They've got a Bronco. And, man, they do look nice and clean and shiny.
They sure do. You know, we had a lot of that soot. I don't know what it was. It was dirt coming up from the south, you all saw, right?
Yeah.
Everybody needed a car wash subscription during that, right? It kept coming, and we needed many car washes.
So we know where we're going.
And behind them, we have Miss Virginia teen Cassidy Lee and Miss America's Little Sisters. They're on a float that says Field of Blooms. And, of course, this one is another winner, Barry.
Yep, the Golden Delicious Apple Award, the Grand Marshal Award Sweepstakes, Best Overall Float Professionally Built.
Wow.
And all of these young women will be on stage at Disney-themed events during Miss Virginia, which is happening June 26th through the 28th in Roanoke.
So this is cute. That starts at age 3. So if your daughter's between 3 and 13, it's not too late for her to be a part of the magic.
No.
Warren P., American Idol contestant and contemporary Christian concert opening artist, is joining us from South Carolina, where he gained national attention as a top contestant on American Idol season 21. Such a powerful voice, his heartfelt lyrics, he just captivated audiences. It took him to the top 10 back in 23. Known for his humble, down-to-earth persona, deep-rooted in faith.
He opened for Zach Williams at last year's Shenandoah County Fair, and will be performing at tonight's country music party. Yeah.
And he's smiling and waving right at the cameras. I stand up, I let them know. There we go. Great to see you. Thank you guys for being here. You got the wave down. I love it. There you go.
I made a mistake. I think that's at the Christian concert tomorrow.
That's right,
what
Barry.
it is.
That's
My
what
apologies.
It was. No problem. We have a lot of singers here. Of course, that country music party happening tonight. Drew Baldridge, I believe, is the headliner there. I know a lot of folks know his hit song, She's Somebody's Daughter. Lots of musical events. And up next, Natalie White, Miss Virginia Apple Blossom Festival. And she is here with us representing the Russell County Fair. She was crowned Miss Virginia Association of Fairs in 2025 during the 107th Conference in Williamsburg. She is a Roan Scholar at East Tennessee State University, where she's pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Health Science.
Blue Ridge Agents Insurance, a local full-service agency offering a broad range of insurance solutions to meet every need.
It says insurance doesn't have to be elusive. Oh, look at that. That is so cute.
You guys, my favorite all-time Washington Redskin is pulling in front of us right now. Brian Mitchell, all-purpose yards leader, first Redskin. I do it every year. No. To pass, receive, and return a touchdown. That's my guy. Love Brian Mitchell.
He was
always
electric.
great to see you in Winchester and Middletown and all of our parades here locally.
Electric on those punt returns, man.
Oh, my
Awesome.
gosh.
What a fun player to watch.
He was the speaker at Partlow Insurance Sports Breakfast this morning. Heard he did an awesome job.
Washington Commanders marching band, thank you to Warfel Construction Services. But, you know, are we still the only team to have a legit marching band?
I think that's true. And, you know, they were on the Today Show, and they're delighted to be here as part of the Grand Feature Parade. And they're also the oldest band in NFL history, founded in 1937.
By Brian Mitchell, and following the Washington Commanders marching band, Charles Mann, a 12-year veteran of the NFL, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 4-time NFL Pro Bowl player, another speaker at the Partlow Insurance Sports Breakfast, tied for 13th in the NFL all-time sacks. Also licensed commercial real estate broker. He's a business owner on the board of the Williams Center as a director. The center's purpose is to fight against opioid and mental health nationally, starting with the first outpatient treatment facility in Leesburg, where I live. And also riding along with Charles Mann is Charles Harbaugh IV.
Another Charles.
There we go, mayor of Middletown, also the executive director. He is the OTC. He's also the executive director of Access Independence, which the license plates on the antique cars, Access Independence sponsored those again this year. Absolutely wonderful.
And behind them, Incredible Inflatables. Been serving the area since 2006. They have a huge selection of bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, games, and so much more. They're your go-to for a party, especially for kids. Hey, adults can have fun too.
Well, I was going to say, once all the kids go home, then the adults climb in and start hopping. Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys, one of my favoriteest movies of all time. And he is right here with us, Robert Carradine. I know! Nerd! Yes, actor Revenge of the Nerds and so many other things. I love it, and they are so excited. But you guys, I'm not kidding. One of my all-time favorite movies, Revenge of the Nerds. Robert Carradine, what an honor for him to be joining us.
Well, you know, he is the court ambassador, and I have to say that I have something in common with Robert Carradine.
That you're a nerd?
Well, I'm a nerd, and also I was the court ambassador in 2014.
Yes, you were,
look at
Barry.
you, fancy
we will
pants.
never forget that.
I did. I was reminded of it in a letter.
Barry.
I did. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, well, this telecast of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival Glow Fiber Grand Feature Parade is being brought to you in part by Valley Cycle Center, Massage Envy, Tolly Dental, and Hang Ten Car Wash.
At Shenandoah University, we love to say,
"It's a great day to be a Hornet."
And it's been that way since 1875. From the very beginning, Shenandoah has been a place for students seeking something more, for those who see careers for themselves that look a little, or a lot, different than those of the past. And that's why, for 150 years, it's been a great day to be a Hornet. Here's to 150 more.
Insurance. Aren't you glad you have it when you need it? From your home.
far as getting ready for the broadcast,
Speaking of,
she provides. Now, I always carry, because we always go over to Troop 2 to have a hot dog,
and
right?
we did.
And you don't want to spend 3 hours on a parade, with something in your teeth. So I always bring, dental floss. But
good to
Lisa
have.
went one better. These little tiny toothbrushes.
These are the greatest things when you have an event, when you have a hot dog.
Yes.
These disposable toothbrushes. Had you never seen these before?
No, I haven't. And is that toothpaste that's in the middle of it?
And look, it was a lot of peppermint.
Yeah, you pop the bead in there, and then you brush your teeth.
We needed a lesson on this.
I'm
Lisa.
sorry. I got you guys next time, but we're prepared. We have our dental floss, our toothbrushes, our lip gloss,
And nothing
we're
in our
ready to
teeth.
go. That's right.
Nothing in our teeth. No, this is cool.
So we had a busy week.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
Apple Blossom Festival started last weekend
Yes.
with events, including the Wine Fest,
Absolutely.
but all week long. So you visited a couple of great events.
I did. I emceed Pumps and Pearls, the ladies' night on Monday night. We had an absolute blast. We were back at the Monument this year, and it was just such a great event. The committee did a tremendous job putting on a fantastic event. So that was a ton of fun. Of course, we had business at the Bloom. What a fantastic event for networking for all of our local businesses and organizations. And you all have also been very involved this week.
Yeah, yesterday was a very, very busy day for me. It started off at the Bloomers Luncheon. There's Pumps and Pearls. What a party.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Of course, the ladies actually compete. We have a parade, pump parade, and they show off all their shoes, and there's different categories that they can compete in. It is unbelievable. Look at this. This category was actually pumped from head to toe. She had a fascinator on.
Oh, wow.
On her,
A what?
a fascinator.
Like how the British folk wear,
Yeah,
like a little
okay,
hat, but not a
okay.
full
I'm with
hat.
you now.
And
Okay.
she had donned it with a apple, and she had apples on her heels you saw there. It is just so much fun. So next year, folks, do not miss the Pumps and Pearls event on Monday night of Apple Blossom.
Looks like a
Remember
great
what I
dance
said
party.
last year?
I do remember what you said, Barry.
The most number of pink toenails I think I've ever seen in my life, all in one place.
Oh, you got to attend.
Barry got to attend
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
He was the luckiest guy in the crowd.
He was.
Yeah.
I had a Bloomers Luncheon
Yes.
yesterday morning.
Absolutely.
Over 1,000, I think about 1,400 of my best friends and
Wow.
I got together. Cashmere played. And we just had a great time, had a great party. I was mentioning earlier our firefighter marshal came
Yes.
through, and I mentioned how he was driving through the obstacle course in a fire truck.
Right.
DJ, our honorary sheriff, who is
Yes.
joining us this year. So they had a great time. Ron was telling us all about it during the firefighters parade yesterday. But I think there's DJ,
There's DJ.
along with
Awesome.
Sheriff Milholland.
Looking forward to him coming through the parade
Yes, indeed.
today.
Yeah.
Oh, how special.
They said that he just is funny, is very witty. He became an honorary firefighter.
Look
He
at
was
that,
given a
receiving a
firefighter's helmet. Absolutely. And I think Ron said there was about 3,500 people that were down
Wow.
there for that event. And then following that, there's Tony right there
Yes.
on the screen. You see our firefighter marshal, again, an actor on Chicago Fire, which the role started out as a consultant
Right.
for Chicago Fire.
was
And
that good.
Yeah, and they were like, come on, you're on the show now. So here he is right here.
Aw.
This is him driving through the obstacle course in a
No
fire
pressure,
truck.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
I know. I think he knows what he's doing. He's since retired. A nice long career there.
So much
Chicago
fun. That's
Fire
awesome.
Department.
I should also mention last Saturday we had the first air show. It was sponsored by Ump's Funeral Home and Cremation Center, and the Flying Circus was there, and I'm telling you, they put on a show. I think my heart skipped a beat many, many times, right? So they are there, and we had some wing walkers.
That's
It
unbelievable.
was unreal. They were doing a formation, and it was just such an incredible event. And I know that Larry Umps is committed to bringing it back again next year. He was thrilled, and it had been many, many years since the 70s since we had an air show of that caliber here in Winchester. And here's some footage from the air show. A lot of old air apparatus there and airplanes, and it was a great day. Look at this. I'm telling you.
Unbelievable.
Yes, very impressive. Again, the Flying Circus, I know that they actually put on shows every Sunday, so you can go see that as well, but they'll certainly be back next year for another show.
So we've got a very, very special guest joining us.
Yes, we do. And we're
Yeah.
excited to have
We've
him.
got the president of the festival, Jeremy Lutral.
Here
He's
comes Jeremy.
the star here. Have a seat here. Come, have
Yeah.
a seat here. We want to see you.
So we were talking about the story about how Field of Blooms came to be and the theme came to be.
Yes.
I know it's a beautiful, beautiful story, but for those who haven't heard it, and you mentioned, Lauren, that it's in the
it's
program.
It's in the program on the very first page.
But can you give us a little bit about that?
Yes, Jeremy.
Well, as the story goes, my family and I were at a local orchard, and doing what most families like to do in early spring, and taking in the beauty of the orchard and seeing the blossoms. And while we were walking through the orchard, it's folks that know me know that I love to talk. So
you're in the right place, right company.
That's why we invited you here, Jeremy.
It is not uncommon for me to end up stopping and finding someone that I know, and my family kind of wandering off because they know that I'm going to be talking for more than just a couple minutes. So they wandered off while I was talking to someone about the festival, and so I turned around after 15 or 20 minutes of talking, and my family was gone, and I was kind of left to track them down through the orchard. And an older gentleman came up to me and started talking, and this guy was what I would consider your traditional farmer, orchardist, with his overalls and kind of an old white dingy shirt, and started telling me all about the orchard and his family.
Yes.
And
they had a tradition, right? Picnicking in the orchard, right? Yes.
Yep. Just their family heritage and history, And when he was telling me this, and I'm thinking, this is kind of odd because he's not telling me about the Apple Blossom Festival,
right,
which I know for the last 30, 40 years of my life. He's talking about something prior to this, and I'm thinking, this just doesn't seem right. And but he continued to tell me about it and talked about how his family would gather at the end of the day, and when the moon would start to rise, and you could see the moon in the distance over top of the orchard trees. That's a great setup going there. Those guys are super entertaining.
They are. And that's how the theme of the Field of Blooms came to be.
What's that?
That's how the theme of the Field of Blooms came to be.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Such a great story.
So, but to wrap up the theme the theme story, though, it was just it was a neat little experience there, and and he referred to. He told me that his family referred to it kind of as a field of blooms, that mystery behind that interaction was really cool. And my wife tells me that I'm a little crazy because she doesn't quite remember it all happening that way. But
that's okay, Jeremy.
But certainly the theme has been exciting. I've really enjoyed seeing that moon with that apple silhouette in it.
Yes.
On the cover of our program, and
on the medals yesterday for the Kids Bloomin' Mile. It was so neat to see. It's
crazy.
Just beautiful.
You don't think about it when you're trying to put that stuff together, over the winter.
Sure.
Because you're trying to get. I've heard people talk about singing Christmas songs for an album during
in the middle of the summertime,
yes.
And so it's kind of the opposite for us. We're trying to come up with a springtime theme and design that in the wintertime.
Right.
So when you're not as excited about the spring. So, but anyways, so that was a little long-winded. Sorry.
No, that was fantastic. Everybody wanted to hear the story. We've been talking about it all day. And Jeremy, this week has just been tremendous for this festival, and we have had such great weather. We talk about it every year, our eyes on the sky throughout the week, and I think we've had really good weather, and folks are coming out, and it's just another great year for the festival.
It really is. We were a little concerned, the heat and my fancy attire and the heat sometimes do not match.
Yes.
No, so I feel like we had a pretty good day yesterday. We did have a little bit of rain towards the end of the evening, but fortunately it did not put a damper on our fireworks display.
Not at all.
They were amazing.
I did not get to see them. That might be the first fireworks display I've missed in probably 20 years.
Yeah.
But because of some other stops and duties that we have. But certainly it was great to hear the positive comments about the fireworks display last night. So.
Absolutely. They were fantastic.
They were stunning. We're getting ready to start the second division here, brought to you by Continental. City of Winchester leading us off here. But What I noticed you had one of your sons riding
Yes.
with you through the parade. The
I
other
did.
two, I'm guessing they're hiding elsewhere.
They were actually hiding behind me.
Oh.
Ironically, the Millbrook
There's a
Marching
band,
Pioneer
right?
Band was
Okay.
behind us.
Look at that.
And
gotcha.
both of my older sons are twins that are juniors at Millbrook.
Look at that.
And I have one saxophone player and a mellophone player, so they were in the band behind
Very
us.
cool.
which was
Very
lineup.
cool.
I love that.
I saw them, your entire family out at the Bloomers luncheon. What did the teenage boys think of that party?
Well, they told me they felt uncomfortable.
Oh,
Okay.
understandable.
Understand.
The ladies get a little crazy.
They
They
sure
did,
do.
and I may be able to relate to that just a little bit. So
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, I get it.
Well,
There
here
they are.
comes Randolph-Macon Academy out of Front Royal, band director Michael D'Amato. And Jeremy, you will serve a 2-year term
That's correct.
as president of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival. So this is your first year. You'll be back next year, and we can't wait to see what you have in store. We were talking earlier, every year we tend to have some new events for Apple Blossom. This year, of course, we had the first air show, which I know that Larry Umps is committed to bringing back again next year.
yeah, he was very proud of the event. Certainly, as we'll call him the spearhead or the initiator
Sure.
of the idea. And I can say when he presented it to the board of the festival, I don't know if there was anyone that wasn't excited about doing that. My understanding is many years ago there was a form of an air show.
Right.
And,
in the 70s, I believe.
Yes, and it was really cool to bring a new event, and it's always great when you have a new event that's successful.
Absolutely.
I think we sold over 3,000 tickets for the air show, and that's just incredible.
Awesome. Let's listen into the band.
They carry the flags of all 50 states.
Yes, they do.
Through this entire parade. And following up them, we've got Ronnie Lewis, the City of Winchester Police Chief.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for stopping by the broadcast booth. It's been
you are
great
quite
having
welcome.
you, and we are excited to see what comes of the 99th Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival next year.
I was telling my wife the other day, I'm super proud of our celebrities this year.
Yes.
And certainly the air show, the comedy show are 2 new events this year. And so I'm kind of concerned because it might be a hard act to follow.
It might be. But I know you'll do it.
Chief Lewis is our recently appointed fire chief, so that's exciting.
That's
I'm sure
right.
he's excited to be in his first festival.
No doubt. And here come the volunteers in policing with McGruff, part of the Winchester Police VIP group. I see John Jackson there. We'll give him a wave. What a great group. They obviously do so many things throughout our community. They perform fingerprinting of children, crime prevention, community service, security. They are involved in all types of events that we have throughout the area.
That's right. And following up there, we've got Sheriff Lenny Milholland in his beautiful car blue, new beautiful Cadillac DeVille. Also, Senator Timmy French is joining him today. Hey there.
Well, thank you, ladies,
Thank you
for
so
the
much.
opportunity to come
Thank
up
you
here.
so much,
We've got
Jeremy.
another honorary deputy that's
A
going to be
VIP
exciting.
is rolling up right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is DJ Daniel, honorary
Wow.
member of the U.S. Secret Service. And despite battling terminal brain and spine cancer, DJ has united communities with his courage, heart, and unstoppable spirit. DJ, oh, he's got his eye on you. I love it, DJ. Okay.
Wow.
And he's been honored. We're all getting a little misty here. As an honorary member of the U.S. Secret Service, recognizing his bravery, patriotism, and the hope he brings to so many. And we are thrilled to have him as part of our festival.
And the folks here from the Apple Blossom Festival gave him his little goodie bag to thank him for everything and to wish him luck. And he's joined by with his father, rocking the cowboy hat, legit out of Texas. Wow.
And what a
I knew that was
warm
gonna happen.
welcome he received. So good to see him.
That's so special.
Oh. And here comes Shenandoah University Marching Band, the Rock Band. And they're joined by Buzzy B there.
You know, Shenandoah University puts up the prize money and the prizes for the high school band contest.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
We got
that.
the judges right next to us here.
That's right.
And Chris and Kim and all the judges here. That's why we get to hear the bands. They stop right here to perform and be judged.
And behind them, we have the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, and their message, one pill can kill. Keep that in mind, right? DEA reminds us that the majority of pills sold on the streets today do contain fentanyl.
Malloy Toyota is hauling the float for the Fraternal Order of Police.
And this is another award winner. They received the Pink Lady Apple Award. That's for Civic and Service Organization, professional built, first place.
And I see Sheriff
Oh, there
William
he is.
Sales, the
Oh,
Winchester
there he
City
is.
Sheriff.
Hello.
And Heather Havermel, our Commonwealth the Commonwealth's Attorney for the City of Winchester.
Awesome. Winchester Sheriff's vehicle there following up with them.
And they are, of course, in charge of court security for the city. And up behind them, Congressman Ben Klein. He's walking the parade route.
He sure is.
I remember that from last year. I think he chooses to walk
I think
it.
he likes that. Saying hi to all his friends there. I see Ann and John. He's saying hi to Ann and John up there.
Wonder how many hands he's shaking
Oh, my
on
goodness.
a
Probably
mile and a
lot.
half route.
Do you think he has hand sanitizer?
Let's hope when he gets back in the car there.
He's seeing all his buddies following him. We have Delegate Bill Wiley.
There he is, sitting up front.
We're blowing kisses. We're saying hello.
And he's a delegate for District 29, Republican delegate for District 29, representing parts of Frederick and Warren counties, as well as the city of Winchester.
Got his BS and ME degrees from George Mason.
Oh, very cool.
And behind him, Delegate Dolores Oates, member of the House of Delegates. She was born and raised in Warren County, and her love for our community runs deep. She says she is honored to be representing the counties of Frederick, Clark, and Warren at the state level in the House of Delegates.
And she was grooving along to the sounds of the Clark County High School Band out of Berryville. Mark Curie, band director.
Mark's been there a really long time.
Long time for Mark Curry. I love it.
I wanna know, would you be my girl? Hey, baby, I wanna know, would you be my girl? And here come the Shenandoah Valley Orthodontics Kids Bloomin' Mile race winners. The race began in 2006, and it's open to kids from ages 6 to 14. The adult 10K this year sold out, and I have to tell you, it was a huge event yesterday afternoon with all the runners out there. I see a bunch of familiar faces in the back of that truck.
And last year, your son was in there.
He sure was last year. This year he went up a division. 12 to 14-year-olds finished second, and the 12-year-olds, proud of him. And I see one little guy on there, Liam Johnson, and he has won his age division for the past 3 years. Very impressive. He's fast.
Congrats to your son for breaking the 6-minute mark.
Thank you.
VFW Post 2123, Veterans of Foreign Wars, has been in the Winchester area since 1931. vibrant part of the community. They serve the needs of any veteran and engage students with scholarship essay and art contests, and they recognize local law enforcement. They do so much here in our community.
And this float is an award winner, receiving the Brayburn Apple Award for Civic and Service Organization, non-professional built, second place. Well done.
And behind them, we have Chief of Police for Middletown,
There
Gary
he is.
Benedict Jr. He was appointed the Chief of Police in Middletown in July of 2017. He's from Western New York and has been in law enforcement for more than 40 years.
We love Chief Gary.
And he
There
knows
is.
hockey.
Yeah, he does know hockey. I've listened to you guys talk hockey for a long time, for a while. And Bill Kopp, Stephen City Police Chief. Hey, we want to recognize Sergeant Christopher James, who's driving by as well. There you go.
Behind them, we have Sinclair Health Clinic, providing low-cost health care and pharmacy services to uninsured and underinsured adults in our area.
Incredible organization.
Yes,
Dr.
absolutely.
Mercedes Abbott, Executive Director, and there's Jennifer Hall, Terry Tomlin, and the entire team. And everybody, you can get your prescriptions right there at the Sinclair Health Clinic.
Oh, are these the Shriners that
Yes,
are running by
there
us?
they are.
I love it.
Yeah, the Hagerstown Shrine, home of the Tin Lizzies.
I like this. They say we drive so children can walk.
Ah.
The Shriners do such good.
Yes, they do. I always love when they come by and honk their horns. And behind them, Limitless Dancing Warriorettes, celebrating their 10th season. They've been a dynamic force in the world of dance entertainment.
That is so cool. So they've been in the Cherry Blossom Parade
Wow.
8 times. And this would be their 3rd or 4th year at the Apple Blossom Festival, but they've been in national parades, Miss America, Independence Day parades in D.C. and in Philly.
Even been on the Good Morning America.
Yes.
Look at that. So impressive. And I love that they're wearing pink today.
Yeah.
They chose their outfits wisely, right? And they have been won many awards. Best Dance Group, Best Costumes, we see why. As well as invitations to deliver thrilling grandstand performances that captivate audiences like our own across the nation.
They
That's
say
an energetic mile and a half.
Yes, it is.
They say our dancers are truly limitless.
So impressive.
American Legion Post 21 coming down. Another beautiful float. Thank you to Kern.
I believe that's another winner.
Yes, it is. They won the John Gold Apple Award. That's for Civic and Service Organization, professionally built, second place.
Awesome. Congratulations.
American Legion is a service organization that supports the communities of Winchester and Frederick County. Also very active and supports men and women veterans at the VAMC in Martinsburg.
And thanks so much to Rubbermaid for sponsoring the Quantico Marine Band as they roll in front.
So special.
Wow.
Sound great. And
Very
behind
excited,
them,
yeah.
Winchester Elks Club, number 867. It's the train. Here it comes. And they have had a float in every Grand Feature Parade since that very first one back in
Wow.
1924. And apparently no one else has done that. Their first float had a large papier-mâché apple, which now stands in front of what used to be the Elks Lodge there on Braddock Street and what is now Kimberly's.
And they won the York Imperial Apple Award for Civic and Service Organization, non-professionally built, third place. Elks care, Elks share.
Following them, we have Miss West Virginia 2024, Jennifer Ruther. She is a physician assistant in Charleston, specializing in pediatrics, and she advocates for wellness and bringing awareness about type 1 diabetes, again with a beautiful pink gown.
Yes. And here comes the Fraternal Order of Eagles. Winchester Area and Auxiliary. The spirit of giving is what the Fraternal Order of Eagles is all about. Their motto is people helping people.
They won the Ever Crisp Apple Award for Civic and Service Organization, professionally built, third place.
And the Winchester Area was formed in 1904, and each year they donate thousands of dollars to community projects and schools.
Absolutely beautiful.
I love that. People helping people.
Driving past now, Shawnee Lions Club President Larry Gale. Listen to that.
And the Shawnee Lions Club sponsors the Leo Club at Jameswood High School.
Oh, cool.
Involved in our local school systems.
Mentoring future leaders.
Boy, this is a really important one.
So important.
Johnny Blue, the Wizards of Sanitation.
I see what they did there.
That's a Johnny Green.
It is.
Johnny Blue is a proud women-owned local business, and it has been family-operated since 1975. And as a matter of fact, they say the Apple Blossom Parade was one of the first contracts awarded to Johnny Blue's founder, Everett Emerson, back in 1975.
Whoa.
And since then, they have been honored to supply all the toilets for the parade, as well as many of the events during the Apple Blossom festivities. And I just have to tell you, that is really important, and we are so glad that you are here.
Absolutely. And it's always the first sign that the festival is on the way when you start to see them lined up. They won the Jazz Apple Award for Business Organization, non-professionally built, second place.
Yeah, they're scattered here all over the grounds of Hanley High School. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It was a long day out here yesterday.
All right, a little break in the action. This telecast of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival Glow Fiber Grand Feature Parade is being brought to you in part by Quad Graphics, Bank of Clark, Malloy Toyota, and Continental. And up next, we have Frederick County Public Schools Learning in Full Bloom float. And this float was designed by students at Admiral Byrd Middle School in Frederick County. And elementary students from Greenwood Mill, Redbud Run, and Evendale voted on their favorites. And then the students at Millbrook fabricated the float and finalized the design. And there you have it.
They won the Jonathan Apple Award, Community Participation Organization, non-professionally built, first place.
Congratulations to them.
And passing in front of us now, we've got Chris and Lori from the Chris and Lori Morning Show on Shenandoah Country Q102.
And of
Chris
course,
and Lori, hey!
They recently spent 26 hours broadcasting for the kids during their yearly event, the Q102 Cares for Kids Radiothon. They raised nearly $2 million for our local children's hospital, Children's National.
Joining us now, Jillian Black and Carrie Walston. They were the winners for the Apple Blossom or the Apple Pie Baking Contest. Barry, you had the honor of judging.
Yeah, 19 pieces of pie.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody had to do it. Me and two others.
And next, Survey Steel Company presents Blossom Meadow Magic. Oh, that's so pretty. As winter fades and the warmth of spring begins to stir, local orchards awaken under the glow of a full moon, which is exactly what our theme image looked like this year. Beautiful.
The Berryville Hillbillies. In their 1933 REO Speedwagon feature a vintage Tangley Circus Calliope. Berryville Hillbillies have entertained parade attendees at many local parades and in Northeast Pennsylvania.
And the little mural on the side looks a lot like downtown Berryville. And behind them, Warren County High School's band, directed by David Dingus. The Marching Wildcats out of Front Royal. They are a 3-time Virginia Honor Band from Front Royal.
By the way, when Sylvester Steel Company went by, they won the Red Delicious Apple Lions Award. That's the sweepstakes best overall float, non-professionally built. Way to go, Sylvester Steel.
And following the Warren County Band, we've got the Warren County Fair Association, joined by all of our beautiful, beautiful queens and princesses.
They won the Stamen Apple Award. Their float, civic and service organization, non-professionally built, first place.
And of course, the fair coming up July 28th through August 2nd. Make sure to come and join the fun at the fair. And behind them, we have Valley Health. Here's to the bloom and to all of us who call this region home. Valley Health, 6,500 caregivers making a difference in the lives of others. And they say, here's to you, Valley Health.
We are so excited to have that elaborate new facility down in Strasburg. It's beautiful.
They're handing out stress balls, it looks like, got to keep us calm.
Mark Nance spoke during the Business at the Bloom, and one of the things he said was just how passionate they are about doing what they are here to do, and that is providing health care to our local residents. Really special. It's like Shenandoah Caverns there.
Right. They've been wowing visitors for over 103 years. Their other attraction they have is the American Celebration on Parade. Houses parade floats for some of the nation's most famous parades. That's pretty cool. The third owner of the caverns worked very hard to create these unique floats for presidents for their inaugural parades. That's amazing. You can see some of his work in the museum, which is open for the summer season, Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day weekend.
They won the Cortland Apple Award for business organization, non-professionally built, first place.
Always so much fun to go down to the caverns and see all the floats there in the museum. Really special. And up next, we have National Ruritan President Rebecca Becky Lane heading down the parade route. She says Ruritan has given her more than she could ever give back. Welcome to the Apple Blossom Festival, Becky.
Our local Stonewall Ruritan Club started in 1952.
And there you see the banner for the Woodland String Band out of Pennsylvania. It placed 4th in this year's Mummers Parade with a Polynesian Paradise theme. The band has been at a top 5 finisher since 2012 when the band earned its first ever championship.
Wow.
And there's Netmaker Communications van. Netmaker Communications is the proud sponsor of the Philadelphia Mummers Woodland String Band and their participation here today. Here comes the 2024 Miss Frederick County Fair Queens.
All right, we've got Baby Miss Cameron Lighty, Tiny Miss Oakland Armel, Little Miss Kiana Wilkins, Preteen Miss Callie Bailey, Junior Kendall Banks, Miss Avery Arnica, Community Service winner, congratulations Lillian Duval, and overall photogenic Delani Kearns. Frederick County Fairs located in Clearbrook, and they were all just recently crowned and representatives of the fair throughout that week in 2024.
And this float picked up the Empire Apple Award, Community Participation Organization, non-professionally built, 2nd place.
The ladies look so pretty.
One of the... they're always so exciting when they come through and they dance by.
Absolutely. Alma E Folklore. Grateful they're here. They are a group of women, teenagers, and little girls who are honored and proud to be representing a little bit of the Mexican culture here today. This is their 2nd year participating in the Apple Blossom Parade. And they've also, in the past 3 years, been participating in the Dia de Muertos event at Shenandoah University.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I love their costumes.
Colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I could go for right now?
Do you need to go on a run?
I need to go.
A Dunkin' run?
I absolutely need to go on a Dunkin' run. Handy Marts, a division of H.N. Funkhauser Company with Dunkin', Subway, Baskin-Robbins, and some of their locations, and 3 standalone Dunkin' Donuts in Winchester, Stephen City, and Front Royal.
It's a drive-by pick-me-up, right?
Absolutely.
Sure is.
I
Got
could go
bubbles
for
coming
a
out of the back.
Large diced caramel swirl right about now.
That does sound good.
America runs on Dunkin'.
And here comes the 3rd division of the Glow Fiber Grand Feature Parade. You see the Winchester City Sheriff's trucks there. And this division of the parade being sponsored by Monoflow.
Got another beautiful float coming on down. You know what I love about the sheriffs and police vehicles that are driving by, and they've always got a little kid who's in the, riding shotgun there, out the window waving. Makes me so happy. They get so excited.
No, they'll remember that all
I just
their
heard
life.
him, Happy Apple Blossom. Hey, buddy. Happy Apple Blossom. Are you having a good time? All right. He said, yeah.
I just have to say, there is quite a crowd that has gathered out here along the parade route. Of course, in the corporate suites, we see them as they see some of their floats going by, and everybody along the border here. Everybody's enjoying the parade.
Got another live performance on the float that's coming up. Monoflow International, world-class plastics injection molding company based right here in Winchester for over 50 years. Strong ties to the area, continuing to support major charitable organizations. Visit miworldwide.com.
And somebody's singing Country Roads, and I bet everybody's going to be singing along. It's the best. It is the West Virginia National Anthem. I think some of us here in the Shenandoah Valley claim it too.
No. That is Western Virginia right there. Western Virginia. so fun.
Audience participation.
And yes, and can we all agree, we're talking Western Virginia.
Western Virginia.
That's right.
Shenandoah. All right, and behind them, Fork Union Military Academy. We have the band heading down the parade route here, and the drill team under the direction of John Warren. And it represents the cadets of Fork Union Military Academy in Fork Union, Virginia.
Love the red jackets.
Yes. And the young men marching today are from 7th grades through 12th grade. Wow. And the band is led this year by the drum major, Cadet Captain Joseph Athey, a senior in his 4th year at the Academy.
Congratulations. At the Rotary Club of Winchester, the world's largest charitable organization, their objective is to, quote, encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of everyday personal, business, and community life. Motto, service above self.
And they picked up the American Beauty Apple Award. The community participation organization professionally built 2nd place.
Who's that?
There's my little guy
There
on
he
there,
is.
Blaine Cummings. Not so little anymore.
He said, hi, Mom.
Hi, buddy.
There he
How are
is.
you?
Aw.
Hey, bud.
Hi, buddy.
Nodding my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah.
Of course, Rotary Club has their Field of Honor coming up very soon with all of the American flags in honor of those we've lost and in those who have served. That'll be coming up here in just a few weeks in Memorial Day weekend.
The White House float is driving by. Real quick, Barry, you've got, we were just talking about this.
Yeah,
They gave away-
Yesterday, they gave away 1,000 apple trees. You just pulled up right there on Fairmont Avenue at their facility, and it was a drive-by orchard, you know?
That is amazing. We just found out about that on Thursday.
We did.
We thought that is amazing.
Yeah.
So
Continuing
thank you for that.
By the way, their float won the Gala Apple Award, Theme Award, Best Interpretation of the Current Festival Theme.
Look at that. So neat. Little tykes on there.
This looks like a real-life Tonka truck. Like, this is the ghost ship. And they go to a bunch of different events and go through parades, and look at that. Nice. Very subtle, very subtle.
You never know when you're going to need that extra tire in the back, the spare, right? Yeah, we're thrilled
Thank
you're
you.
here.
Love you. Absolutely beautiful, the ghost ship.
And here comes Blue Ridge Care, a beloved local organization that has been serving our community for 44 years. Founded as Blue Ridge Hospice, the organization has grown and evolved to meet the ever-changing needs of our community.
They are angels.
Wow.
They are angels. They have touched so many lives in our area. And they won the Granny Smith Apple Award. That's for Community Participation Organization, professionally built, 1st place.
All right, this Pittsburgh Steelers steel line, the drum line, rather. Thank you. They're sponsored by All Tech Services. A lot of Steelers fans here, and my mom is from Western Pennsylvania. She sure does love the steel line.
And they have been performing at the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival since 2019. And they say, here we go, Steelers.
Here
Any
we go.
Steelers fans out there?
Lynn
A bunch
Herndon.
of them.
So I don't feel too bad loving the Steelers. Like I said, my mom's from Western PA. The Commanders, of course.
Okay.
Number 1 for life.
Yes,
Number
thank
1
you,
for life.
Lisa. Yes.
That will never change. But, you know, the Steelers and the Commanders only meet once every 4 years.
There you go.
And if we play in a big game, it's going to be the Super Bowl. And I'm Commanders all the way. But Steelers do have a piece of my heart.
And we have a lot of Steelers fans in our area. And, of course, the festival often brings in some former Steelers players and Always great.
That's right. Yep. So they were sponsored by All Tech Services, serving Northern Virginia for more than 2 decades. They're based out of Sterling, my neck of the woods. Started their business with a simple formula: provide courteous and reliable service for their customers with the same care and attention to detail that they would provide their own homes.
Offering heating, air conditioning, and plumbing.
Yeah, got a big old unit right there on the back. Feels good.
And here comes Skank Foods. 97 years in business at the Bloom. This Apple Blossom picnic scene is brought to us by Skank Foods. It's family-owned and customer-focused since 1928.
Wow.
It is now in its 4th generation and just welcomed their first female president a couple years back.
That's awesome.
You know, a lot of people think, oh, they're just for restaurants. No. Yeah,
No,
the public can go
exactly.
in there. I mean, they are my go-to for my chili parties and also that sausage gravy for reunions.
Yeah.
Chili party. Republic Services proudly serves residential, commercial, and industrial customers in the greater Shenandoah Valley area for trash, recycling, and environmental services. A recipient of the 2024 Triple Crown Award as well as 2024 Business Unit of the Year.
And who are you going to call?
Well, Ghostbusters. Republic
Ghostbusters?
Services has also sponsored the Ghostbusters for joining us today. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. And they got Slimer on the top. That was his name, right? Slimer?
I believe it was. Oh, that's great.
This is this is the Spirit of Liberty.
This is Sergeant Major John Champ chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution. I love when this float drives by in any parade, and you see the period costumes, the uniforms worn.
Statue of Liberty there.
Yeah, George Washington, the surveyor. We've got the Statue of Liberty. Our heritage rolling right in front of us.
And Falun Dafa headed behind them. An ancient traditional practice to improve mind, body, and spirit. I always feel a calming when they come down the parade route. It's based on the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. And it has 4 sets of gentle movements plus meditation practice.
Use that on Route 7 or 66 eastbound in the mornings.
I'm using it right now.
Well, listen, you know, they're practiced in some 70 countries worldwide, and the teachings have been translated into more than 40 languages. So calming.
And the banner says it all, doesn't it? The world needs truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance.
Forbearance.
And forbearance, I'm sorry.
And heading down the parade route is Long Branch Historic House and Farm, located in Boyce, Virginia, on more than 400 acres. The house there is from 1811, and it is truly a treasure of Clark County and a community partner serving Clark County and the region since 1992. And the float is being driven.
Oh, they put him to work today. You don't get a day off. It is beautiful out there. They host weddings, events, and
gorgeous out there. And the
some retired
racehorses. Yeah. They won the Winesap Apple Award for Business Organization, non-professionally built, 3rd place.
And here comes Shenandoah Sound, Drum, and Bugle Corps, sponsored by Emmy Flow.
Another sing-along. Here we go. Christian Academy. Education is blooming.
They picked up the Winchester Apple Award, Community Participation Organization, non-professionally built, 3rd place.
Oh, congratulations.
And they're right there on Ayler Road.
Hi, Kira. And here comes America's 911 Foundation, supporting those who protect us all. And of course, we will never forget September 11th, 2001, 9/11 as we all know it. And the foundation assists emergency organizations with funds, materials, equipment, and volunteers when needed. And they also fund a college scholarship program for children of active first responders. That includes EMS, fire, and police, who each day place their lives on the line for all of us.
Amen.
I see Go Vegan.
So that must be Peaceful Fields Sanctuary, nonprofit animal rescue located in Frederick County, serving our community for more than 13 years, providing a home and rehabilitation for animals from cruelty.
Thanks for what you do.
And heading behind them, Sergeant Clean Pressure Washing, total protection, cleaning, and restoration for commercial and residential properties.
This telecast of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival Glow Fiber Grand Feature Parade is being brought to you in part by Exalta, Navy Federal Credit Union, Shenandoah University, and Partlow Insurance.
Right, and welcome back. Here they are, DC Wheels, sponsored by Sergeant Clean. They are having a grand time. Let's look at this.
Here we go.
I got to stand up for this.
Oh my gosh. DC Wheels. Don't do that. We want no injuries here. DC Wheels is a charity organization founded in 2007 by Washington, D.C. skateboarder who really wanted to just bring awareness to skateboarding.
And we've got Massanutten Military Academy out of Woodstock, Virginia. Lester Lehman, band director.
So professional and great marching down the parade route here. And up next, we have Front Royal Volunteer Fire Department Beauty Queens. There are 20 beauty queens on that float, and they all look so lovely, and they're pink and green. Hi, ladies. And they have perfected that wave.
They absolutely have.
They picked up the Lady Alice Apple Award, which is for Community Participation Organization, professionally built, and they took third place.
Oh, congratulations.
Elbow, elbow,
Wrist, wrist. So the ladies did teach me one year, elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, palm, palm, kiss.
Lefty, loosey,
Righty, tight. No, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
I love it. Kraft Heinz behind them. Winchester's home of Capri Sun, Kool-Aid. You all know it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what he said when he busted through the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they are located over on Fort Collier Industrial Park. More than 550 employees.
And we do have some other events coming up later tonight. Bloom Boom tonight at the Apple Blossom Mall. Carnival's still going on. And, of course, tomorrow afternoon we've got the Christian concert. Get all those details at thebloom.com.
And the country music parties happening tonight as well. Well, this telecast of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival Glow Fiber Grand Feature Parade is being brought to you in part by Virginia Military Institute, the Village at Orchard Ridge, Monoflow, United Bank, and Virginia is for Lovers.
Here's to doing what you love and find.
Break here. No, of
These
course.
deviled eggs are fantastic.
They are delicious.
So delicious.
So we're looking over across the street at President Tracy's house, and we see the Queen of the Apple Blossom Festival is joining them on the front lawn, making her rounds through the party. But can they hear us over there? Can they hear us across the street? I don't think they can hear us across the street. They can hear us down there in the grandstands. Can you guys hear us down there in the grandstand still?
Hey, guys.
All right. There we go. We got some waves over there.
Hope you're enjoying the parade. You know, we've been talking a lot about just what goes into putting this festival on. Again, 10 days, more than 50 events over those 10 days. And we just have to recognize the number of volunteers who make this event possible year after year.
Countless. You talk about per event, how many volunteers go into per event.
Yes.
You talk about the parking, the street closures, the police officers working overtime, the firefighters working overtime to make sure that they're here standing by to make sure everything is safe. We've got TV crews. We've got the people who set up the tents. We've got thousands of people that put work into this to make it go.
And, you know, more than 200,000 people come to this area for the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival over those 10 days. And it is just so special. And, you know, I always say year after year, for local folks who have grown up, been a part of the Shenandoah Valley for many years, it is homecoming.
Absolutely.
That's right. This telecast of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival Glow Fiber Grand Feature Parade is being brought to you in part by the Willows at Meadow Branch, Kraft, Claudio's Pizzeria, and Skank Foods.
good time here on Hanley Boulevard. And we talk about all the events. I was looking at some old notes that said 36 events. And then I fast forwarded a couple more years.
Right.
42 events. And now we're over 50. And 3 new events were added thanks to a $20,000 grant from the Virginia Tourism Corporation. Those 3 special events.
You know, we were talking earlier about the Apple Blossom Air Show. It was last Saturday, presented by Ump's Funeral Home and Cremation Center. It was over at the Winchester Regional Airport at the newly designed terminal. Beautiful, beautiful terminal, and a fantastic event. That was not the only new one.
No, the Apple Blossom Comedy Show. That was last Friday and Saturday at Bright Box Theater. They had Peter Bookbauer, Chip Nicholson, Jessica Keenan put on an amazing show.
And then also the Blossom Artisan and Fair last Saturday and Sunday at the Frederick County Fairgrounds. That one was sponsored by Virginia's for Lovers. More than 100 local artisans and vendors with a kids zone featuring Ravenwood Fair. Again, 3 new events this year thanks to this grant, Barry.
Yep, from the Virginia Tourism Corporation, and the festival will supply $20,000 in matching funds. But it all sort of goes back to that original festival, 1924, when the newly formed Shenandoah Valley Travel Association suggested that, hey, Winchester, maybe you should have an Apple Blossom Festival.
Look at that. You know, we were talking earlier about the 100th anniversary of Hanley High School. And what we realized was the 100th anniversary meant that it was around 1923, which was 1 year before they stood on the steps of Hanley High School for the Apple Blossom Festival, which was in 1924.
Okay, that puts it all into perspective and is just a wow.
And we see someone heading down the parade route now. We had a little break in the action, but here they come.
That was nice of them to take a break so that we could eat wolf down a couple of deviled eggs. Thank you, Brooke.
It was very, very thoughtful.
Everybody needed a little break, right? And let's see who this is we have here.
Well, I don't have my glasses on, Barry. I'm going to defer to you.
I think it might say Kraft Heinz. It does.
It does.
There we go. Hi there.
Where you been?
Somebody said, where you been?
Yeah, lagging just a little bit.
Oh, they're giving away juice, they said. There's a lot of thirsty kids along this parade route, and adults, right? So they were handing out probably some Capri Suns, I bet. Thank you, ladies.
Some Kool-Aid. Timberworks Tree Mech, they're sponsoring Optimus Prime, and this truck that's going to roll down here, you are not going to believe it. It is a real-life transformer. Timberworks are professional members of the industry-leading tree care associations. They deliver a customer-first service. Winners of the Best of Front Royal and Warren County Tree Service Award from Northern Virginia Daily, recipient of Super Service Award the last several years with Angie's List, and are accredited through the Better Business Bureau. Their goal, to raise the bar for safety, professionalism, and quality of work in the tree industry for their company, their clients, and even their competitors.
I have been so excited to see this transformer.
It's unbelievable.
Optimus Prime. I cannot wait to feast my eyes on Optimus Prime, the world's first and only full-scale replica of the Optimus Prime truck, made popular in Transformers, of course, Age of Extinction. And it was built with legal permission from Hasbro. The product was led by Joe Fiducia, an ordinary dad who wanted to inspire his son, and of course others, that all dreams are possible with hard work. And Optimus and Joe have traveled all over North America for various events like the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival, and they have helped raise tens of thousands of dollars for charities, granting several private wishes through VIP experiences and more. And their primary mission is to empower students and to spread a message of anti-bullying around the world. Such an important message. And proudly leading a movement alongside an iconic fictional character that all generations look up to.
And I don't know if you can hear it, but he's playing tracks and music from the movie.
Oh, wow.
I want one of those.
Dude, I just got the chills when he said,
so cool.
My name is Optimus Prime, and I spread a message. And Peter Cullen, one of the epitome of voice actor, is the voice of Optimus Prime. Honorary Fire and Rescue Chiefs, Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival in town and out of town Miss Honorary Fire Chief and Rescue Contest presented by Trex, one of the longest running Apple Blossom events.
And all the princesses there, young ladies aged 16 to 21. And they will continue to represent their fire companies throughout the year.
Miss In Town was Danica Faith Klein, representing Round Hill Community Fire and Rescue. Miss Out of Town, Danielle Brooke Wetzel of Woodstock Fire Department.
And there are our James Wood Volleyball State Championships
again. They did it again.
Boy, you all impress us. Thank you so much for representing our community and continuing to achieve amazing results in state championships. I believe this was their third year in a row.
Unbelievable.
They had a record of 76-6.
I don't know how that's possible.
Unbelievable. What a tradition there.
Go Colonels.
Edward Jones is sponsoring the Walk to End Alzheimer's Northern Shenandoah Valley. It's held annually in more than 600 communities across the country. It's the largest event to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. In 2025, the Walk to End Alzheimer's was named the second peer-to-peer fundraising event in the entire country.
Incredible. You have to think we're getting closer and closer to a cure for Alzheimer's. See all their purple there. And behind them we have I'm Just Me Because. I'm Just Me Because month was started here in Winchester at Millbrook High School. And it's in October and invites all people to express their individuality by promoting individual development, creating environments that break down stereotypes, and embracing who we really are. Their motto, be yourself. Important message there.
And following I'm Just Me Because.
It's like East Coast Gymnastics there. Hi, East Coast. East Coast Gymnastics and Cheer. Right here in Frederick County. Hi, ladies. Beautiful float.
That's right. Next up is Skyline High School out of Front Royal. Daniel Holland, band director.
Or someone also in the band. Look at her.
That's awesome.
She must have ridden through and then gone back, and walked the parade route with them. I love that.
Her.
Up next, Shenandoah Valley Steam and Gas Association. And the Shenandoah Valley Steam and Gas show is July 25th through 27th at the Clark County Fairgrounds in Berryville. Venture into the past. It's a family-friendly event. They have all kinds of steam and gas engines with them.
What they do, the association, they're in the business. They restore, promote, and educate the public with the ageless iron. Barry, we see these them in the parades all over. Steam engines, oil pulls, gas engines, hit and miss engines, antique machinery. They have it all.
Yep, it's living history, and a lot of the equipment that rolls in front of us was actually used in the fields around us.
Wow.
Wow. Oldest operating portable fire truck steam engine in the U.S. 1878.
And it says Frick steam engine. Wow.
And what would our great-grandparents think about a nice air-conditioned tractor, right?
They would laugh at us.
And here comes Trex, the world's #1 decking and railing brand. Proud of its hometown roots. Since 1996, Trex has set the standard for excellence in composite decking from right here in Winchester. That's where they're headquartered.
And that's another one of those businesses that they don't just participate, but they sponsor event after event here.
Yeah, they sponsored the Free Music Fest last evening right after the Firefighters Parade, and they also helped sponsor the Family Fun Party on Tuesday.
Great community partner.
And this, so Ron taught me this at the Firefighters Parade last night, that Trex, because so much they have their own operating fire truck.
Look at that.
Isn't that cool?
Trex engine, 96. And up next, Unique Hoops Basketball Academy. They use basketball as a vehicle to mentor, teach, develop, organize, and enhance the many opportunities for local student athletes. And all players will learn the fundamental skills of basketball. Oh, KOP. I was trying to hear what their chant was. KOP.
And again, they're on that authentic fire truck float there with all the real hose, a real fire hat and jacket. Yeah, thank you.
Pink security bus. Final countdown customs.
So they are in cybersecurity. So you see on the back there, it says AI. Yeah,
okay.
So they're in cybersecurity.
Oh, they've got somebody
at the pink security bus.
And they're holding somebody hostage in the back there.
I don't think that's what's really
happening.
Opportunity Scholars, empowering the next generation of skilled professionals. Their float represents the dreams and ambitions of local students pursuing careers in the trades, healthcare, IT, and even beyond. Coaching, last mile funding, and industry partnerships. Opportunity Scholars ensures that students in our community have the support they need to succeed.
And they're holding pieces of the pie. I bet it's apple pie with all the different careers. Very neat. And up next, Kingspan Planet Passionate, presented by Malloy Toyota.
Kingspan Insulation.
And they've proudly been based in Winchester since 2014 and have about 130 local job opportunities. Fantastic.
You know, it got a little cooler here. I see a cloud. I'm hoping that that's going to move on through.
I don't see a cloud.
Who's this beautiful lady riding on through the parade route?
Oh, Twirly Bird. Sherry has been twirling for 60 years. She was born into a baton twirling family and has participated in many, many parades throughout the years. In her younger years, she participated in pageants with twirling as her talent. And during the course of the parade, she will twirl a single baton, 2 batons, a hoop baton, and also a flag baton.
All of that while riding a bike?
Whew. Very impressive.
Barry, you had a chance to go on Thursday to the apple pie baking contest. We had our winners, the kids division, Jillian Black, who's a 2-time winner.
Yeah.
And Carrie Walston, who won the adult category. How many pies was it that you tasted?
19. It was 19 or 20. There were 3 in the youth division and then 16 or 17 in the adult division.
Wow. And that's not an easy feat. You and I did that together maybe about 8 years ago or 9 years or so. That is pretty difficult.
The criteria, you've got to analyze the crust because it's a 2-crust pie, upper and lower, you know.
You have to judge them separately?
Well, you go down and,
so layer by layer.
The color, the da-da-da.
And they're making those by hand. This is not a Pillsbury
You bring everything there.
Yeah.
The apples you peel there.
You do everything there on site.
Right there. Right there. And it's amazing. And, does that place, Marker Miller Orchard, does it smell? Does it smell good?
Well, I did take an apple pie home with me, of course.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Or apple cider donuts.
Oh, my gosh. Those are amazing. But it was really cool. Everybody was very excited. So they start in the morning and they peel the apples, get started. Everything bakes there. But it was really cool to see the kids that entered. And then, again, Jillian won twice in a year. I said, that name is familiar. And Barry, you go, yeah, she was last year's winner. So congratulations to both of the winners for this year's contest.
And there go the Wheelmen of Potomac Region. It's a national nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the heritage of American cycling. They focus on restoring and riding early bicycles made before 1932 and then promoting cycling as a modern activity. And their club welcomes everyone interested in cycle history, whether you're a collector, maybe you're a non-rider or a rider of high wheels. We see a few of them there. Tricycles, tandems, and safety bicycles. And they aim to learn and share lost skills, stories, and research from the golden era of cycling.
He wasn't even pedaling.
Up that high, I'd get a nosebleed.
Terrified.
Yes.
I'm absolutely terrified. So I rode a bike for the first time, this was a couple years ago, on Bike to Work Day. They do that, you know, across the country. It's this month and a couple, maybe next week. So I hopped on a bike for the first time in maybe 20, 25 years, just a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm riding down the WNOD trail with my coworkers, and they were like, Lisa, change gears. And I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Were you pedaling really fast?
I was,
or like...
so I was on the fast pedal, not really going far.
Low gear.
And I was like, I can't do that. I will fall over. So I look at them riding on the big wheelies, and dude wasn't even pedaling going down. I am falling over. Not only am I getting a nosebleed with you, Barry Lee, but I am falling over. I'm skinning a knee, and I'm breaking an arm. So,
well, thankfully, it's an art that you never lose, right? You just get back on your bike, and you remember years later. To change the gears.
I do not know how to change gears, and I refuse.
All right, well, the festival would like to thank Anthony's Pizza and Malloy Toyota for their community support. The broadcast of the parade is being brought to you in part by many parades. In her younger years, she participated in pageants with twirling as her talent, and during the course of the parade, she twirls a single baton, sometimes a two batons, and then a hoop baton and a flag baton. She has all kinds of tricks up her sleeve.
And doing it with a smile on her face.
For 1.5 miles.
Amazing. And following Old Twirly Bird as Folklore es Vida. They've been in extraordinary settings such as, let's see, the 2023 at the Art Living World Culture Fest in D.C. Last year awarded in the city of Manassas with the Cultural Heritage Award. Participated in all of these events all around our region during Hispanic Heritage Month as well. And they are here to perform their...
I want a salsa.
This has to be the most vibrant pink and green outfits that we've seen today. Look great.
So for the past 2 years, they've been at the Apple Blossom Latina Festival as well as the Apple Blossom Parade here.
Yeah, they put on a great show.
Just beautiful. And they are walking us right into the 4th division of the parade. Again, this parade is 4 divisions, and we're heading into the final stretch here. Of course, the 4th division.
23 entries, I counted them.
Yes, that's right. Being brought to us by the Shockey Companies. And the banner is heading down the parade route now. The division sponsor. And right behind them, we have the Shockey Company float. And the Shockey Companies has more than 125 years of building experience. Its construction division, Howard Shockey and Sons Incorporated, is one of Virginia's oldest and largest commercial construction companies. Shockey takes great pride in this community, and just like the festival, being locally grown. Got their hard hats on and staying safe.
And their
even along
safety
the parade
vests.
route.
Their
That's
OSHA
right.
people would be very happy to see that.
And the Shockey Precast actually began in 1896 when a master carpenter named Howard Shockey opened a wagon repair business here in Winchester. And Howard's reputation for integrity and quality construction soon built a thriving residential and commercial contracting business.
Love it. What a great, great, great homegrown business.
That's right.
We've got America's Little Sisters, Virginia Stars. This is the 90th anniversary of Miss Virginia pageant, and we're proud to have Miss America's Little Sisters, the Virginia Stars, to join us in celebration.
And here comes Wilson High School Band. The band director, Joshua
Cook. Sons of Washington.
Rah, rah, rah. And they are a competitive ensemble from Eastern Pennsylvania. Boy, we would recognize that anywhere, wouldn't we?
Yeah, how about that? A Pennsylvania band playing a Washington theme.
They knew their crowd.
Smart move. Nearing the end of the parade, you can tell these folks. You guys holding up out there on the float? You guys good? There we go. I got thumbs up.
And these are the Sports Breakfast honored exceptional student athletes.
Congratulations.
Jay Sean Offit, I see you up there, buddy. How are ya? He's from Hanley High School, a football player, headed to Wake Forest, signed with Wake Forest. We have a number of local student athletes there.
Jada and Joe and Jay Sean and Steven, Ava, Morgan, Tanner, Anthony, Jocelyn. Congratulations to all of you guys and all of your accomplishments.
And they were honored this morning at the Partlow Insurance Sports Breakfast. And also there, we had some Hall of Fame inductees, Buddy Armel,
Oh, yeah.
stock car racer, and Ronald Combs, 50 years of teaching and coaching. That's a big deal.
Oh, man. Buddy Armel. I mean, gosh, I can remember coming up here in the summertime to watch races out at the Winchester Speedway.
Wow.
His driving S3 and, yeah, local legend. And then, of course, Ronnie Combs. My gosh, just what a mentor, teacher, and coach. So 2 great inductees into our Hall of Fame, Sports Breakfast Hall of Fame.
So special.
What an honor for those, these student athletes is, look over their accomplishments and everything they've accomplished, like Jada in track and field and basketball, and Joe in swimming, all 4 years in high school. Jay Sean, a buddy of yours that you just hollered at, football, track, and basketball. And then Steven, he's been a 4-year starter at SU on the football team. Ava, volleyball, track, and basketball from Skyline Morgan. 4 varsity letters for wrestling, 4-year starter on the boys varsity team.
Oh, so
that is
awesome.
so impressive. And Tanner out of Clark County High School, football and basketball. And Anthony Luciani, who I had the honor of knowing his mother when we were growing up, 4-year letter winner in wrestling, and Jocelyn at Mountain View Christian Academy, volleyball, basketball, cheer, and soccer. Unbelievable, all of their accomplishments.
I just love that we have so many sports represented in that list, right? It's a little bit of everything, including swimming, which you don't often hear about, but amazing job, all of those student athletes. You know, we've watched the weather, right? Our eyes have been on the sky a lot, and we've seen some clouds roll through, but it has not rained on our parade, Barry.
Hold on.
No, it hasn't.
Listen, you hear Lisa's knocking on wood, and that's a good idea. But I see clearer skies behind this one cloud. And, you know, I looked at the forecast. Somebody asked me earlier this week, Lauren, have you seen the forecast for Saturday? And I said, absolutely not. I'm not going to look at that.
No.
Never.
But I did look at the forecast this morning, and I scrolled through, and I thought it was calling for rain possibly at like 6 o'clock. And I said, that's okay.
We're okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
Wasn't
After
it
the
last
parade,
year,
let loose.
as soon as we were done?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, we're walking back to our cars and pitter-patter.
Here it
You know,
came.
I mean, it was, amazing. You know, while we have this little lull, had a good time over here continuing the tradition at Boy Scout Troop 2. They've been on that corner here at Washington and Hanley since 1954.
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, so we all had a hot dog.
We did.
Lee had too, but he deserves it. He's the director.
He did.
He's been working late and getting here, you know.
Yeah, but you know, one thing that the Apple Blossom does, not only just the community pride and bringing people together, but what it brings to the economy here and what it does for local nonprofits like the Boy Scouts and selling seats. I mean, it's incredible how this supports the nonprofit community, and they figure that the impact economically for this festival about $10 million.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you know,
people
Barry,
staying overnight and eating and so forth.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, we're headed toward the 100th anniversary of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival in 2 years. We're at the 98th right now, and we can just imagine what they will have in store for that big one. And, you know, I've been around town to a lot of events this week, and I've heard a lot of out-of-towners, right, coming in, folks welcoming them to Winchester for the first time. It's just really special to be a part of this.
Well, people feel special because they want to feel this hometown spirit.
Oh, and they are getting excited as they make their way down Hindley Boulevard out of Baltimore, Maryland. Iconic marching unit.
I love the energy. Oh, that's great. You think he's kept that up the entire way?
Yes.
You know what? Yes, absolutely.
Look at them go.
So they were founded in October of 2024 by Troy White and Antoine Chase. Vibrant, dynamic group composed of kids and young adults from inner city Baltimore, mission to bring joy and excitement to audiences across the U.S. by participating in various parades.
And they are doing just that. Love the energy. I don't know how many of you had an opportunity last night to see the fireworks show, but it was just incredible. Their costumes are reminding me of the fireworks show, just the glitter and the glam. It was amazing. Really enjoyed seeing that last night.
Yeah, it was to the music of Toby Keith.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing, amazing show. So you mentioned the colors and of their costumes, their wardrobes, their outfit. So what they try and do, royal blue, royal purple, white, and silver, aim to create unforgettable performances that leave a lasting impression.
They're having so much fun, waving to us.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, they sound good.
Crowd loves it.
They sure do.
Everybody standing.
Whoops.
1938 in the Richmond area with 19 members. Now the club has more than 300 members and has 200 plus antique fire apparatus. They're out of the Richmond area.
It's another one of those organizations that works to preserve the history of these vehicles so we can remember. And of course, a whole contingency from Old Dominion Historical Fire Society in last night's parade as well.
There's the Boca Raton Fire Rescue.
That's where I went to college.
In Boca.
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 Florida Atlantic University.
FAU, that's right.
The Owls.
Looks like they're advertising the Grace Community Project, Grace Community Car Show on the second Saturday of September.
Shenandoah Oncology joining us as they come down. Nestled in the heart of Winchester, Virginia, Shenandoah Oncology become more than just a healthcare provider. It's become a pillar of support to those facing the challenges of cancer and blood disorders.
I tell you, go ahead.
I was going to say, just being pulled by Malloy Toyota.
Yeah. They literally are angels.
Yes, they are.
When my mother was going through treatments, I mean, everyone in that room that was going through, I mean, these people are just, it was very upbeat and positive, and they're awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Out of Guys Mills, Pennsylvania, Maplewood High School, directed by Jamie Gardner.
And here comes the Duchy of Windhaven. They are a live-action role-play group that meets every Sunday around noon at Jem Burnett Park at the Shawnee Lions Pavilion. They are a combat group, but they also have craft nights every Thursday where they work on not only crafts for the game, but also any personal projects. They said, come on by and check us out.
And don't worry, those are padded and foam MOS weapons used for simulated handheld combat. Don't worry.
Nobody's going to lose an eye.
Might see a little battle here.
We've got another marching band from out of town, from Bessemer, Alabama. Oak Grove High School, directed by Joshua Meyer. Let's give him a round of applause from coming all the way from Alabama.
Woo! They're located in the Alabama foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Oak Grove is an unincorporated community surrounded by coal mining and the Black Warrior River. The high school has a long history of support for the marching band, with appearances in both the Pasadena Rose Parade and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
That says a lot.
Yes, it sure does. 6-time Bands of America regional class champions. They've won many, many state championships and other awards.
Shirts didn't give it away, I would have known that theme song anywhere. The Marvel, the Avengers, Marvel the Avengers.
And we believe they are probably have traveled the furthest as far as bands. And I love that to their list of accolades, they can add that they marched in the grand feature parade for the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival.
There we go.
Malloy Toyota pulling another float here. Pink Lady Apple Steel Award. It says Live Local. And we have another band heading down the parade route.
Out of Brandywine, Maryland, Gwynn Park High School, directed by Leon Rawlings.
It was so great seeing all the bands from near and far coming. Thanks so much for joining us. They sound fantastic.
Got a couple of floats making their way down. NW Works. It's making their way in front of us right now.
Yeah, a nonprofit based in Winchester whose mission is to empower adults with disabilities and others with barriers to employment to build skills and secure and sustain meaningful employment. NW Works is celebrating 55 years of service to the community coming up in the fall and is proud to provide top quality services to empower adults with disabilities to achieve greater independence.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Ridge Runner Container Services, the area's leading locally owned and operated waste and recycling company since 2005. How cool is that he's driving? I see it right there. I know you're driving. Oh, put the wheel back on. Put the wheel back on, please.
Celebrating 20 years of service. Great to have you all in the parade today.
They pride themselves on quality customer service and caring, attentive employees.
How'd they do that?
I don't know. I tried to figure that out last night and I couldn't.
And Tailored Concrete Coatings, a company that takes ordinary concrete and turns it into something extraordinary. Whether it's for your home business or specialized project, they offer customized solutions that bring durability, beauty, and functionality to every surface.
And he's trying to get the crowd fired up. Let's hear it. He wants to hear it. He's got some t-shirts. Yes.
Who wants one? Oh, hey.
Maybe up here. No, probably not.
If some of the floats look familiar, it's that they're some of these are recycled.
Yes.
And you talk about hustling to get them redecorated to get into the 4th Division. Those crews work hard.
They sure do.
And Kern Buick GMC is pulling Bloom with us. Samson Properties and Cardinal Title, established in 1986. It's a local realtor-friendly broker in the Mid-Atlantic region with more than 6,000 agents and 39 offices. The Winchester office is located in the old Winchester Star building. It is a family-owned real estate brokerage firm and is the largest in the D.C. metro area.
And they blow good bubbles.
They absolutely blow the best bubbles.
Yeah.
All right, we got a big crew rolling through here from Eastern Panhandle's SXS Riders. They have over 2,000 members. That's huge. Up and down the East Coast. They enjoy not only riding and meeting new friends, but also doing fundraising, being a part of car shows, and helping out local communities. And this is one thing that's really cool about car shows, no matter where you are, is that they They love doing stuff. First of all, they love doing this, getting their vehicles out, showing them off, getting out riding and doing group rides and stuff. But giving back to the community is so important in any car club that you find.
So awesome. They have quite the little culture too, you know?
Yeah, they do. Some of them really decked out.
I love that they decorated. Yeah, look at that. Some pink and green garland, flowers. Oh, they look great.
I see you. There we go.
I bet on snow days they do a few donuts, you know?
I bet
I
they
would
do.
think so.
Yeah.
One of the Jeep clubs that rode through earlier, speaking of giving back to the community, I noticed for employees of Valley Health that aren't able to get in inclement weather. Say there's snow and the roads haven't been touched, they will take their vehicles out and get the employees and bring them into work because they are essential. They're critical. They need to be at work.
Yes.
So that's one of those things we talk about, giving back to the community, and that car clubs and auto clubs like this like to do.
It sounds like my stomach.
Because you only had one hot dog. Oh, two deviled eggs.
Couple deviled eggs.
Getting ready for a third.
Yeah.
And I think our last marching band is heading down the parade route now. Mardella Middle and High School. They are out of Maryland, Mardella Springs, Maryland.
And last year, they won the band competition, Best Overall Band 2024.
They absolutely did. It was awesome.
Directed by Joey Coco, band director, and they say prepared to be thrilled by Michael Jackson's 1982 hit, performed by the Warrior Marching Band from Mardella Springs, Maryland.
All right. Hang on to your socks. Are you guys wearing socks?
I am wearing socks.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear this one, Thriller. We all know it. Got the dancers there in front. We heard the Thriller right on cue.
Yep.
You can guess that song in 2 notes.
Yes, absolutely can. Their pink and green palms, of course, fitting in with the theme. They've got their honor guard with them too, leading the way.
We've had so many great bands in today's parade. This is the one that's rounding out the band today, or the parade rather.
That was great.
The drum major was in the front and doing the Thriller move.
Love it.
Wow. Looks like we're wrapping up here, guys. I can't believe it.
I don't want it to stop yet.
I know.
I don't either. I'm having such a good time.
There she is, the official theme float, Field of Blooms, starts the parade off and then comes back through and rounds us out. Hard to believe we've been through 4 divisions.
Unreal.
That went so quickly.
Unreal.
It really did.
Well done. Well done. That was fun. And Lee Graff, director, RCTV crew in the truck and behind the cameras, You folks were awesome.
All right, thank you, Heather, and all the team over helping with the scripts. Brenna Taylor for all the press releases. Winchester hosts Lions Club.
Absolutely. Of course, well done by the parade director, Laura Frappolo. And to our law enforcement, our fire and rescue personnel, thank you for watching over us all, keeping us safe. Thank you to the Public Works Department.
Everybody.
Their work has just begun.
They will just, this place will look squeaky clean tomorrow morning when we wake up. Unbelievable.
There's the volunteers of policing from Winchester Police Department. This has been such a fantastic festival. 10 days, more than 50 events. Great parade. Great joining you both again.
Oh, it was so cool to hang out with you guys.
Amazing. And there are a few events going on tonight and tomorrow. Check out thebloom.com to get all of those details. And thank you guys so much. You let me start joining you last year, and I've had a great time. So thank you so much for letting me be here.
Of course.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we've got the carnival tonight.
We do.
Right? Yeah, and tomorrow too.
That's right. Yes.
No,
Tomorrow wraps it out. Yeah,
yeah.
I think they're open tomorrow until 7. So head on out there and join the carnival. It was a great event this year.
And the Christian concert tomorrow, too. So, yeah, it's not over. We can still bloom.
We sure can.
Yeah.
Still wear your pink and green tonight and tomorrow. Well, on behalf of all of us, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a fantastic parade. Until next year, we'll see you.
Take care.
At the moment, my answer also is yes. I was there just a week ago.